Good morning. Good morning, Gemini Fairy, love coach for women here. And in my topic for today's live, I want to talk about how to handle rejection. So I know this is a very, very tough thing, and I often hear from women that they don't want to date. They're afraid of dating because they can't handle the rejection. It's far too painful. And let me just explain to you what the definition of rejection, feeling rejected, is. So, the definition of feeling rejected is actually not having anything to do with what anybody else does or says. It's more about the inner dialogue that you may have in your head when somebody doesn't want to go along with your plan, when something doesn't go the way that you had expected with somebody. Perhaps you thought that your dating relationship with somebody was going really well, and then they decided to ghost you, decided that they just wanted to be friends, but they're not ready for a relationship or they're not ready to keep dating. And so oftentimes our minds can make it mean that there's something wrong with us, that we're not enough of something, or that we're too much of something. And the problem with that inner dialogue that makes up the feelings of rejection is that then it makes us doubt ourselves. It makes us feel that there's something that we need to change about ourselves because there must be something wrong. Anytime that we feel that there's something wrong with us or that we, messed up in some way, we're going to look at ourselves. We're going to be harsh on ourselves, and we're going to try to figure out how to change ourselves so that we can fit into the idea of what we think somebody else wants, right? So a lot of women tell me, "Oh, Gemini, all the men I meet want skinny, beautiful girls." That's not true. So if somebody tells me that, then immediately what I go to is this idea that our beliefs attract evidence for what it is that we believe, right? So if we believe that all men are liars or cheaters or what have you, then that's what we're going to see. And anytime that we see examples of men outside of those beliefs, then we're going to disregard them. And our mind is going to think that there must be something wrong with that man somehow. So the feeling of rejection, again, is not caused by somebody not wanting to date you anymore or somebody wanting to break up with you. The feeling of rejection is actually located inside of you. And feelings are not caused from outside people, places, or things. Feelings are actually caused by our thinking, our inner dialogue. So let me tell you a little bit about how that works. If we slow the process down, and let's say you're having a chat with somebody that you're dating, and they happen to say, "Hey, I think I need some time. I'm not ready. I'm busy," or whatever the case may be. So that what that person said is not actually causing you to feel rejected. It's the meaning in your head about what that guy said that's making you feel rejected. So you want to really start to pay attention to that inner dialogue, the thoughts that you tell yourself about what a man does or doesn't do. Start paying attention to the thoughts that you have about what a man says or what he doesn't say, because you need to make a distinction between the actions and the words of a man and your inner dialogue. You can't control how a man shows up in your life. You can't control whether a man wants to continue to date you or not. You can control, however, the inner dialogue and the meaning and the beliefs that come from that get triggered from that. So how do you deal with rejection? So I just explained to you what doesn't work with the feeling of rejection, starting by the definition of rejection and letting you have the opportunity to take responsibility for your own thinking that was not caused by that guy that decided not to keep dating you. That those thoughts have been with you for a very long time, and they're probably thoughts that you've thought of, that you've relied on anytime it didn't work out in a dating relationship. So your thoughts are created by you. They are not created by somebody else. And it's it's the same with your feelings. Your feelings are not caused by other people, places, or things. Your feelings are caused by your own thinking. So your own a little magnificent universe inside, made up of thoughts and feelings and habits and behaviors and beliefs and interpretations of yourself and of your love life, and your interpretations about men. They are inside of you. They're created by you, probably through programming growing up or through some experiences with men that you misinterpreted, and that those interpretations are actually working against you. So here's a much better, more effective, more empowering way to deal with a situation in which it doesn't work out with somebody. Now, this totally applies. I'm talking about love here, but it actually applies to all types of relationships, business relationships, friendships, you name it. So, but I'm talking about love here. So, how to deal with a situation in which you're not aligned with somebody. So, rather than making it mean that there's something wrong with you or that you need to change something about yourself, you really want to start with gratitude. I know, gratitude. I'm serious. You want to thank the universe. You want to thank your higher self, your spirit, your inner guidance, God, infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence, spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call that love intelligence that governs the universe. You want to be so grateful, and you want to put your hand on your heart, even if you're having a lot of human uncomfortable emotions, even if you do still feel rejected, you can still have dominion over your experience by placing your hand over your heart, taking 3 deep breaths of love into your heart so that you're comforting the parts of you that got triggered by that particular event. And as you hold yourself, you really want to say out loud. Out loud, it works so much better than if it's in your head, because if it's in your head, it's your imagination. It's not tangible. It's not as real as if you put it out into the universe. So you want to express your gratitude to the universe as simply as this: thank you, thank you, thank you, universe, for guiding me in the right direction and for removing this person that clearly must have not been in alignment with my highest good. And then you take another 2 or 3 breaths of love in, and you let yourself feel that gratitude. Now, it's normal to feel gratitude and a whole bunch of other feelings that are uncomfortable and unpleasant. What you don't want to do is run away from or check out of or reject any of your uncomfortable emotions, because that would be the opposite of unconditional love. And if you're looking to date for soulmate love, it's really important that you're in the practice of unconditional love with yourself, because I know that that's what you're looking for in a soulmate partnership. So after you express your gratitude and you're holding yourself with so much love and you're letting every breath be a breath of so much love for you, then you want to ask this elevated question of yourself. And that is, with curiosity, what is the lesson there? What is the learning, the growing opportunity? If my life is a school and in which I am learning and growing and evolving, and all situations, people, places, and things are always here for my upliftment, for my evolution, and for my growth, then what was that growth that person brought into my life? Did they reflect something back to me? Did they show me a part of myself that needs some healing and love? Did that person show me a disempowering or limiting interpretation or story or emotion that I need to overcome so that I'm empowered in my dating life and I'm not, hiding from dating? So you want to ask yourself these questions. These are very proactive questions for you to continue to stay on the track of personal growth and development, instead of getting in your head about what's wrong with you and how you could have done it better or differently, or, how you should lose weight or put more makeup on or do your hair differently, or, try to say the perfect thing. You're never going to be able to say the perfect thing. That's the wrong thing to focus on in your love life. Now, you, in order to overcome that kind of thinking, you need to stay in your heart in energy of unconditional love. And you do that by staying connected to the learning and growing opportunities in the dating situations that you're in. In other words, you want to use your dating experiences for you to actually evolve you instead of limiting you and taking you backwards. So those are the simple questions that you can ask. I promise it's going to make a difference, because this is a way of you taking dominion over your own thinking and over your own focus and attention. And that's really where your power is at. All right, my dear. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer any questions around self-love, emotions, dating, and how to attract soulmate love. I mostly specialize in talking to, supporting, and helping single women who are ready to attract soulmate love. So if that's you, send me your questions or topics that you'd love for me to cover, and I'd love to answer those for you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. Yay! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to be here with you. Lovelies.